All right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. And with that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Wakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. I'm just writing to the scripture. This is Proverbs 8 and 11. It says, "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it." For wisdom is better than rubies, man. So the knowledge of this truth is better than any monetary gain you can find here in this world. And as we continue on, we're gonna see further proof of that. We're gonna see further proof that this truth is a defense against the evils to come. So that's why it's important for brothers to build themselves up in this faith, in this knowledge right now. That's why it's more important to be more fervent in spirit right now, man. Because the times are coming where all that we're going to have left is this truth. Because everything else is going to be taken away. Everything that assists you in living a so-called normal life in this society. I'm talking about cars and houses, jobs, food, grocery stores. The so-called basic necessities. Esau's going to use that as a weapon against those that are non-compliant to his will, that are non-compliant to his juice, and ultimately non-compliant to his mark. And the men that are going to be non-compliant to that are going to be men of the Lord. But what they're going to have in their favor is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this truth. And the scriptures clearly say that this wisdom, this truth, it is superior to all things. It is superior to what they call money, man. Because what they call money is not really money. It's just a Federal Reserve note, and the uselessness and the worthlessness of that so-called Federal Reserve note is diminishing day by day. But I'm going to run that back again. It says, "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not to be compared to it." So our flesh desires the things of this world. But guess what, man? The flesh decays away. The flesh weakens. The flesh gets tired. So whatever the flesh desires really ain't shit when you really want to think about it. The spirit desires wisdom. So that's where your main strength should lie. I'm not saying brothers don't take care of themselves, and maintain their physical well-being. That's important too. That's important balance in this truth, man. You gotta maintain your temple. So it's good to work out. It's good to eat healthy. It's good to keep yourself in a healthy state, man. It's good because we should be doing that anyways. We shouldn't be eating the garbage of this world. To the best of your ability, you should be maintaining a somewhat healthy diet, man. Because that's the way we're going to eat in the kingdom. We ain't going to be no bullshit. We ain't going to be no fucking hot Cheetos in the kingdom. But that's getting off the subject anyways. But it says all things that may be desired are not compared to it, man. So wisdom is going to be the ultimate in the times to come. And I'm going to get Ecclesiastes 7 and 11. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 11. And it says, Salakia. It says, "Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun." Wisdom is good inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. Verse 12 is what the main point I want to get. It says, Salak. Let's go back to the. So wisdom is better than inheritance. So when you get inheritance, you get a monetary sum of money. That's what inheritance is. And so they're saying that wisdom is better than that, man. So that's comparing the value of wisdom, towards the value of so-called money. And this is verse 12. It says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense." So so they're both profitable to you, man. But wisdom is a stronger defense. And money's only going to be a defense up to a certain point, what they call money. You know, and then that's going to be taken away. But that's why it says that wisdom is a defense first. It says, but the ecstasy of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. You know, so brothers have money. You know, we work, we earn paychecks. You know, and we maintain ourselves with the money that we make in this world system. But you got to also remember that we also got to maintain ourselves in the spiritual sense, man. You know, we also got to maintain ourselves in the work that we do for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It says, for wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. And you're going to see further and further the defense that wisdom brings. You know, and just to show you how strong of a defense wisdom is, let's go to Ecclesiastes 9 and 16. This is how strong a defense wisdom is. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 16, and it says, then said I, wisdom is better than strength. So wisdom is better than physical strength, man. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of the wise man are heard and quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Why? Because people they pay more value to the words of a fool. That's can be seen, you know, these fucking piece of shit crappy rappers, entertainers. Those are the fools that people pay attention to. You know, it said the words of wise men are heard and quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. So those entertainers are those that rule among fools because their every word is adored. But the point of it is this right here: wisdom is better than the weapons of war. So that shows you that the greatest defense, the great defense that wisdom is. You know, going back to verse 16, wisdom is better than strength. Wisdom is better than physical strength. Wisdom is better than weapons of war. So basically, what it's saying is wisdom is better. Our blessing is better than Esau's blessing, because Esau's blessing is a physical might. You know, the physical might, the weapons of war. You know, he's not stronger than Jake, that's for sure. But he has the tools to, and he has the tools and the resources to multiply his strength. It says wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one censor destroys much good. But wisdom is better than weapons of war. So wisdom is better than strength and weapons of war. So our blessing is better than Esau's blessing, if you want to put it like that. Our blessing trumps, you know that word trump. I'm not talking about fucking Donald J. Trump. I'm talking about the word itself. You know, this wisdom, the spiritual wisdom, trumps anything that Esau can bring out, man. So if you really want to attain power, then your mind should be on attaining this wisdom. So I'm gonna get Matthew 6 and 20. You know, so we talked about, you know, money as a defense, and like we said, that money as a defense is only gonna go so far. You know, so, and there's other scripture that says, not scripture, but there's a saying that, well, there's a scripture that says, let me see if I can get it. Well, the saying I was going to bring out is that a fool and his money are soon parted. So a fool could have money, but it's not going to be a defense into him. Because a man needs to have wisdom to make that money a defense. But I'm going to get the scripture that I was going to talk about. Basically, it said the same thing. Let's see if I can find it. Ecclesiasticus 14 and 3. It says, the riches are not comely for a niggard. A niggard is basically a foolish individual. An individual, what's the word I'm trying to say? Stubborn, tight, you know, greedy individual, man. And what should an envious man do with his money? So riches or money, it's not going to be a defense to a fool. You know, a wise man will learn how to use money properly. You know, a wise man is going to be circumspect with his money, but that's beside the point. Like we said, that money it's no longer going to be a defense. It's only going to be a defense to a certain point. That's why I'm going to get Matthew 6 and 20. I switch chats, but it doesn't matter. This is Matthew 6 and 20. And it says, but lay up for yourself, well, I'll start at verse 19. Lay up not for yourself treasures upon earth. You know, and what is treasures? Treasures is money, man. In the worldly sense, it's money. It says where moth and rust does corrupt and where thieves break through and steal. So that's talking about decay of that. It's gonna be a decay. So don't spend your time. Don't spend your don't spend your time and energy pursuing money. Rather spend time and energy pursuing wisdom. We have to do both in this society, but that soon's gonna stop also. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where the moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through and steal. For where your treasure is, that where your heart be also. So it's talking about spiritual treasures, man. And the scripture says that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of times. But brothers always get that scripture. But the second part of that scripture is important too. Is Isaiah 33:6. And it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So you get that? The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So wisdom is going to be our treasure. It's going to be our defense, because they said money is the defense. Wisdom is the defense. Fear of the Lord is going to also be your defense. You got and your treasure. So a wise man going to have the fear of the Lord as his treasure. That's going to help him. That's going to be somebody that's going to be a defensive to him in the time to come. So this is just a real quick lesson, man. Contemplating on these scriptures. Talking about the points of wisdom. Comparing it to money, because like the saying goes, time is money. There's a saying that says time is money. And Jake in the World, he's talking about get the bag, got to get the bag, got to get the money. So we got to get this bag, man. We got to get this money. This is the money that we should be stacking, so to speak, like Jake like to talk. But with that being said, just a real quick lesson. Most High willing, hope it was edifying. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Kal Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.